See, something's going on.
Thanks, hey, Liam. Finally hear you anyway.
Yep. I can.
Technical difficulties.
I can.
This isn't Craig, why are we not seeing anybody?
You have a microphone?
Add the stream.
Yeah. Maybe I need to read.
Yeah.
I almost feel like I should just delete this and start over. What do you think? Yeah.
All right, technical difficulties. So we got. Stream. It should be.
Maybe we take the picture off. Is that somehow covering it?
That's kind of what I'm thinking. Maybe it is. Do you remember how?
She has kids. Jennifer, yeah.
Oh, is it brand? It's an under brand, right? Yeah, team streamer. There we go. That's weird.
Hey, that's way better. So that's muted. Liam, are you there now?
She knew something, was happening, and so.
Liam, if you can hear us, you may need to okay your camera. Look on the cam, mic, gear. There you go. There he is. Look at that handsome bastard. All right, Jackie, you can see us. I'm not sure if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but at least it's working.
Perfect.
Yeah.
It is a good thing. Okay. All right. Just checking.
Was Liam with us with the whiskey tasting?
The Wyoming, yeah.
But we're all doing it remotely at our homes. One of
There we go.
Hey, Liam, any word from
Sophia?
Sophia?
Yeah, no, I was just, I heard, I was checking to see if she, hey, by the way, the second you guys have anybody in here
not hearing Liam very well, and then it's quite a bit of a delay here.
Yeah.
This mic is muted though, right? Yeah,
I would turn
You
down
guys
the
don't
volume
hear me very well?
up on this.
that's exactly what's
Oh, it
going on.
is.
Yeah,
Okay.
I can't turn this down anymore. Well,
Let's get started.
Sean, can you not?
what's that, Liam?
Are you having trouble hearing me?
I don't think I'm having trouble with my mic. We just don't see Sophia anywhere.
No, I mean, are you having trouble hearing me?
I can't really hear what Liam's
I think
saying.
he's
That's
asking.
what I'm saying. Okay. All right. Let me try and.
This is a gripping 6 minutes of video so far.
Is this any better?
We do have big plans, though. I'm pretty excited about this, I gotta say.
Get rolling. Let Liam work on getting Sophia in, and
Liam just went blank. Well, for the 8 of you that are watching, thank you very much. We're trying to get our proverbial act. I edited. That's pretty good, right? Get our proverbial act together so that we can get going. We're waiting on Sophia Partida of the Partida Tequila family. And I'm just going to outline real quick what we have in store for you. I was going to sit down, but I think my reading glasses are in my back pocket. Yeah, so I just saved a pair of reading glasses, and that's going to help me not mess up taco orders tomorrow at the restaurant. So I got that going for me, which is nice. Who I have with me today, this is Craig McPherson, C-Mac Cooks. I have Paul Eastman from Fat Cat's Bistro here in Amesbury. My wife, Danielle Christina, also from Fat Cats. We are missing Jeff Nahas from Ale House, Barking Dog, and Blue Moon, also here in Amesbury. We're just trying to connect the dots and maybe build a little bit of a tequila trail. And so our first tequila test is Partida Tequila. The way it's going to work, if we are able to get this going, is that we're going to taste in order Partida's Blanco, Reposado, and Anejo, which I'm going to purchase at Hoppy's Cantina so that we can recreate some of the things that we're doing here today. With each round, it's not just going to be that we're going to talk about the tequila and taste the tequila, although that's a whole lot of fun in and of itself. What we're also going to do is create a dish that goes with the Blanco, the Reposado, and the Anejo. And then we're going to have Sophia give us instructions on how to make a cocktail that goes with the dish featuring the Blanco, the Reposado, and the Anejo. So I'm pretty excited about that. I see Liam's made his way back.
Yep, Sean. Hey.
Hey, awesome. Is there any... Hi, Jackie. Hey. Any update from Sophia?
Sophia is in the waiting. Got the letter.
Still waiting. All right. Should we give a couple minutes or should we let her rip?
She's backstage in the waiting of the. Oh my.
Liam, any thoughts?
Yeah.
Anybody make out what Liam's saying? Liam, perhaps you can type a question or a comment so we can see what you're trying to tell us. Again, gripping 10-minute opening. I'm so proud.
He's in the waiting room.
Oh, is she? All right. I'm going to quit other things. Add to stream. Oh! Sophia.
Hi, Sean.
Hola.
¿Cómo estás?
Well, we've been having a gripping 11-minute technical difficulty opening to the show, but we are here. We are having a good time.
Did you figure it out?
I think so. It seems like we're working right now.
All right.
Craig, did you jump out?
Yeah, somehow.
All right, Craig's
Don't
going to
worry
jump
about it.
back in, but I think what we'll do, Sophia, is just kind of get going, if that's okay.
Okay. Really? You want to start early?
Is it not after 7?
It is. My time is 4:12. I thought we were going to do it at 4:30, but I'm ready to go whenever you are.
Okay. Well, what we did is for the 8 people that watched our gripping technical difficulty opening, it just outlined the format of what we're going to do.
Okay.
As the tasting of the Blanco,
Okay.
the preparation of a dish, and then the preparation of a cocktail.
Mm-hmm.
And I introduced, oops. Oh, there we go. Fat bump. What am I going to do? So, Greg and Paul, C-Mac Cooks, Paul from Fat Cats.
Yes. Hello.
Here is Christina, also from Fat Cats.
All right.
Jeff from Alehouse, Barking Dog, and Blue Moon is unable to join us because his cook quit via text message today.
Oh, that's terrible.
He's on the line. He does have the link, and if he gets free, he does want to try to join us at some point. So,
okay.
Sophia,
how does this background look, Sean?
it looks wonderful. I think we should come visit.
Can you see all the bottles?
I can.
Okay.
Look what I got too.
All right. You're all set up there too.
Does our background work?
It's a little dark, but yeah, I think I can.
Well, we got sun setting up here in the Northeast.
Okay.
Sophia, I would like to introduce you, have you say a little bit about Partida, and then we'll get the ball rolling, okay?
Sure. Yes, absolutely. Would love to.
Sophia, may I introduce you as the supermodel of the tequila world?
That really cracks me up when you do say that. So however you want to introduce me, brand specialist, global ambassador, co-founder, whatever you like to say.
Well, your knowledge, your creativity, the recipes that you sent to us, you're creative. It's amazing. So, Sophia, tell us a little bit about Partida.
I would love to. Thank you so much for having me on today. So Partida Tequila is actually named after my uncle Enrique Partida and our tequila producing family in the state of Jalisco, from the lowlands of Mexico. So we're very proud to have our last name on the bottle because we have such an amazing liquid in the bottle. We're so happy to share it with the world. But Partida actually comes from the state of Jalisco, from the lowlands of Mexico. And I like to describe the lowlands as being the red wine of tequila. It's very hearty, very full-bodied tequilas come from this particular area. If you can imagine, it's at the base of a volcano, the Sierra Madre volcano. So the soil is black lava stone, Mexican red clay, and all of that is going to permeate the agave that grows there. So typically tequilas from this particular region are very full-bodied, hearty, almost masculine style. So this is actually the oldest growing region in all of Mexico. So it has the most history of any tequila producing place. So in Mexico, we call it La Cuna del Tequila, which means the birthplace of tequila. So Partida comes from this region. So in that style, we're very much going after that style of big lowland, full-bodied, very hearty style tequila with some nuances that are a little more delicate in the way that we actually produce the tequila. But number one, the most important thing when you're producing a quality tequila is to use ripe agave. So we make sure that our agave is at least 7 years old before we harvest it. We make sure that when we harvest it, we take every part of the penca away from the piña, because if you leave any part of the penca intact, it will create bitterness. And we make sure to get the agave into the production process within 24 hours. And some people don't think that's really that big of a deal, but honestly, that is the exception, not the rule in Mexico. Typically, you're going to see, if you go through these different distilleries and fabricas, there's usually mounds, piles of agave sitting out in the hot sun waiting to be to go into the production process. And that causes mold, and it causes bacteria that you really don't want in your tequila. So we make sure within 24 hours we get the agave into the production process. So we're very much focusing on the freshness of the agave that way. And then our production process really focuses on the purity of the agave. And what I mean by that, and for what we do, is everything that the agave, or the musto, after it's been juiced, that's what we call it, everything that liquid touches is made of stainless steel, beginning with the oven, the autoclave oven, which is basically a giant stainless steel pressure cooker, to the fermentation tanks, which we're doing a wild yeast propagation fermentation, to the distillation, which we're doing a double distillation at Partida to remove those heads and tails. And at that point, resting for a little while in a stainless steel vat. Bottling it becomes the Blanco, or barrel aging it, which becomes the other aged expression, the Reposado, the Anejo, the Extra Anejo. I wasn't sure if you wanted to talk about our Anejo Cristalino today, but all of that gets aged with the exception of the Blanco, of course. So all tequila starts out as a clear spirit. The only reason it would have color or layers of flavor is from the wood. So the Blanco, for me, is really the barometer of the skill of the tequilero. So if you make an incredible Blanco, the rest of your aged expressions are going to be fantastic. But if you're making a marginal Blanco, then the rest of your aged expressions won't be so great. So for us, the most important thing that we produce in our distillery is, of course, the Blanco, which is the base and the foundation of everything else that we do in the distillery. So one of the things that is really important for us as a producer is the fact that we are not using that 1% allowance in this bottle, which by law says can be an additive, whether it's flavoring agents, glycerin, color. So 1% by law, you can have an additive in your tequila. At Partida, we are certified additive free. So we're not adding any of those chemicals to our brand, which is the reason it's so natural feeling in your mouth, and it's got such a beautiful flavor and beautiful aroma. So with that, if you like, Sean, I can go right into the tasting of the Blanco and we can experience it.
Yes.
You ready? Okay, let's do it.
Hold on. Sophia?
Yes.
So I like what you said about the Blanco not using the additive, and the skill of the distillery and the master distiller. What I like about it is really when you're in the Blanco, there's nowhere to hide. It's going to show the whole quality of the ingredients and the process and the skills, and I'm pretty excited about it.
Absolutely. So anytime I'm judging a competitive brand, and I do this all the time where we're, doing, 5 or 6 different Blancos. So when we're doing trainings, people can understand the differences when you're tasting the differences. So, so the Blanco has to be the best of the best. And as you said, you can't hide things in a Blanco. You can't hide a young plant. It'll be a bitter tequila. You can't hide a smoky oven, which is very typical in Mexico. The horno cooking method, pretty much what most distilleries are still doing, and that creates a smokiness in your tequila. So all of these things you can't hide in a Blanco, But once it goes into a barrel, you've got that wood, that little bit of distraction from the wood and the enhancing from the wood. That's different. But Blanco, here we go, bare bones, naked tequila. So really, it's the best place to understand the skill of the tequila house. So
Awesome.
let's do it.
All right.
So
Greg, you
Sean,
want-
I'm using a Partida Tequila Aficionado glass. So I love to use this glass when I'm tasting because it's got a nice narrow opening, which really concentrates the aromas and the flavors. I like that it has a stem so that the heat from your fingers is not heating up the liquid. So basically it looks like a champagne flute, but it's a little shorter in the stem and a little narrow.
So that's great. We're gonna rough it.
Okay, that's okay. Hey, there's all kinds of glasses. I for actually tasting tequila neat, this is my favorite, but you can use any glass. So the aroma is so very important. The aroma really tells the story. There's so much going on in the aroma, but also visually. I mean, people forget to look at what they're drinking. So tequila is evaluated in 3 areas: by sight, by smell, and by taste. So what I like to do when I'm starting a tasting is I like to look at the tequila. So if you hold it up to the light, you'll notice that beyond its clarity, because it is a Blanco, so it's clear, but beyond its clarity, it actually reflects light. So it has that crystalline quality to it. So now we're going to look at texture. So if you swirl it in your glass, you'll notice that at the very top, this little ribbon pops, looks like a little string of pearls. It pops. Those become tears, and then the tears cry in the glass. So my uncle Enrique used to say, "Si tu tequila no llora, no vale la pena." And that means if your tequila's not crying, it's not worth drinking. So you want the tears, you want them to come down in the glass very slowly. You really want them to cry. So we're going to study the aroma next. So just give it a good swirl. Place it about 1 inch underneath your nose. Part your lips, inhale, and hold. So I like to hold the aroma at the back of my throat for about 3 seconds. And I like to do that about 3 times, really studying the aroma here. And I want you to imagine where this agave comes from. So again, at the base of the Sierra Madre volcano, think minerals when you're nosing this. Think wet stones. Okay, that black lava stone, very mineral. The agave very much is smelling like a cooked yam or a sweet potato, but baked sweet potato. You're going to pick up some brininess, some citrus. That's why this works so well with the ceviche, because you all have all those undertones happening in the aroma. So when I taste tequila, I never judge it on the first sip. I just like to take a couple of drops on my tongue, almost just let them evaporate. So let's just prepare our palates. Professional catadores in Mexico actually rinse their mouth out with vodka before they do a proper tequila tasting.
I love that.
Yeah, so you really want to kind of clear everything out. Then on the second sip, I like to take a small sip through my mouth and a small breath through my nose. Start at the tip of your tongue, go to the center, down the sides, swallow, and exhale. So here we get into a little bit of tequila yoga. So you're inhaling as the liquid goes in, let it go all the way back, and then swallow and then exhale at the end.
I've been doing that where I breathe it into my lungs and hold it and then exhale through my nose. Is that just accidental good stuff?
Well, just be careful that you don't actually take any tequila through your nose. That's what you got to be careful for, Sean.
You're snorting tequila, damn it.
No, I've actually had people do that before in my tastings. It's a little bit crazy.
Looks like I quit the wrong week to
Yes.
stop snorting tequila.
So tequila exposes or reveals itself in layers. So the first sip, you might taste more of the agave, that second sip, the acidity may come through. The third sip, the mineral starts to show up. So unless you're a professional tequila taster, you're not going to get it all the first sip. That's why I really encourage people, take your time with it. 2-3 times, let it really sit on your tongue. Exhale. What are you feeling? For me, I'm getting a lot of sensations in my tongue, salivating cheeks, tip of my tongue is tingling like crazy. There's a certain dryness. If you just, take your tongue up and rub it against the roof of your mouth there, you're going to notice there's a dryness and a feeling there. If you ever feel anything, waxiness, oiliness, that is glycerin. So that's really the best way to understand if a tequila has glycerin is to just, how does your mouth feel? What's left behind? So here you notice there's nothing left behind. It's just a nice long finish. You're getting all the flavors and the aromas all match. That's another thing. Another way to identify a flavoring agent is if you smell something that you cannot taste, or if you smell something that smells artificial and tastes artificial, that is for sure a flavoring agent. So all of these things really make a difference when you're experiencing a premium tequila. You want to kind of pay attention to all those little clues. What did you guys think?
Go ahead.
I feel like everything you talked about was there, and when we were looking at, you called the tiers, I was remembering first learning how to taste wine and then Scotch whiskey, quite frankly. And it is interesting that in tasting tequila, the process being a little bit different can really affect how I'm perceiving it. I tried it a couple different ways as you were talking about it, and it's nice to experiment with it. This is absolutely beautiful, but I've known that for quite some time, which is
Well, I think the more knowledge you have about anything that you're tasting or enjoying, the more you're going to enjoy it, right? The more you're going to be able to identify some of these flavors. There's 600 different flavors in tequila. Can you imagine?
Wow.
So on the flavor wheel and the aroma wheel, 600. So, I mean, that's a lot, right? So if we're professional catadores, we might be able to get it the first and second time. But, for us lay people, it's going to take a little while for the tequila to reveal itself and where it's from and, what region, what style, all of these things really come out after a few minutes.
So, Sophia, I got a question for you.
Yeah.
And it's kind of going to be a long one. So,
Okay.
Sean's not surprised, apparently.
Okay, here we go.
So what we're doing for people that may be watching is very similar to, if they've ever gone out and done wine tasting, right?
Right.
Smelling the bouquet and the taste on different parts of the tongue and so forth.
Yes.
So for folks that may not be as familiar with tequila or good drinking tequila, they may be more in tune with doing, shots and training wheels on it and so forth.
Sure.
What's the big difference from your perspective, from an expert in the trade, between kind of, doing tequila shots, at the bar and a good sipping tequila?
Yeah. Well, I think that the only way to understand the character of a fine tequila is how we're doing it now, at room temperature, taking our time with it, studying it. I mean, shots is a whole different thing, of course, right? You're going for the effect, not necessarily the flavor, right? You're trying to get to the effect. So for me, a fine sipping tequila like Partida deserves to, you deserve to really slow down and enjoy the process and pick out the flavors, right? The layers of flavors, rather than, what can you taste at the back of your throat, really? So for me, the shot thing, I always tell people, enjoy it the way you enjoy it. Put it in the freezer if you have to have it like that. But to understand it this way, to understand its character, room temperature, neat is really the only way, right? I mean, it's like once you love it, then do what you want with it, but get to know it first.
Great.
Well, I think something like this deserves your respect, because you put a lot into it as a company, and I've fallen in love with it. So I have, just to let the cat out of the bag, I've gone out and purchased a case each of the Blanco, the Reposado, and the Anejo.
Oh, fantastic. For the cantina or for yourself?
And Poppy's Cantina.
Oh, perfect.
I did for myself pick up a bottle of the Cristalino.
Oh,
And I
fantastic.
heard you mentioned that earlier. I said to Liam I wasn't going to bring it out because I didn't want to put you on the spot. And then I got excited because I heard you mention it in the beginning.
Oh, no, I mean, I saw, you did the post that had the photo of the Cristalino. So I'm like, oh, I better bring it out if he's got the photo. So I've got it here.
Did you bring the Elegante?
I can run and grab it in my office. I don't have it out here, but that'll take about 3 or 4 cents to go get it. Do you have some?
I'm not supposed to.
Okay.
Maybe we can save that surprise for a little bit later.
Who do you answer to, Sean? Come on now.
I answer to you.
Nobody.
I answer to you.
Maybe your wife.
Yes, that's true. And she is here as well. Sophia, you sent me. Are we moving to food now?
We certainly can. Sure. Yeah, let's do it.
You sent me a recipe that you like for ceviche.
Yes.
Ceviche. Which way do we say ceviche? Ceviche? Sophia?
Ceviche.
5 minutes of Pablo.
Oh. So, 1 second here. What I took your recipe.
Okay.
I took Modelo Especial.
Yeah, that's what I used.
I put salt, pepper, and garlic in the water, in the water and the beer.
Uh-huh.
And then I rendered opaque the shrimp and then the scallops.
Okay.
I diced the shrimp and scallops to not really small, but like a good bite, but not something that's gonna, like, you need a fork. You can do it with a spoon.
Okay.
As I recall, I used Kumato, the brown tomatoes.
I love those.
A little, 2 limes, 2 lemons, cilantro, garlic. Yes. And so
how about chiles? Did you use chiles?
I did.
Okay.
Jalapeno and Scotch bonnets. Right?
Yes.
Look at this.
Okay, you made a pile. That looks great.
Well, your recipe was 2 pounds of fish, so this is.
I know. I hope you have a gathering. Well, you said you were going to have a gathering, right? So.
Yeah. So here we are. Now we're going to serve this. Here's how we're going to serve them.
Got mine too. Looking pretty good there.
Very nice.
Oh, I like those glasses. You got your martini. Are you going into the cocktail now? Oh, you're going to serve them in the martini glasses. Oh, that's spectacular.
Sí, señorita.
Okay.
Alrighty.
That's an elevated serve right there, Sean.
Alrighty, come on up.
Oh, that's beautiful.
And we got some more to serve. Bear with me.
Yummy.
Sophia, thinking of your colorful lifestyle, we have to check that out, huh?
It tends to be.
It tends to be. She's doing some good things.
How can it not be, being around tequila my whole life? Are you kidding me? Geez.
Oh, you have my envy for sure.
Oh, God.
Alrighty.
Goes from one party to the next around here, right, Sean?
Well, I'll have to come find out one of these days.
Seriously.
All right. Here we go. This is the smallest.
Oh, look at that.
Does that look good?
That looks fantastic. You got to give us a close up.
Yes, indeed. The best light for you. Huh?
Oh, yeah. Fantastic. That looks excellent. Yeah.
Look at the particulates.
You like how the avocado kind of lends that creaminess to it. You leave a little bit of the fluids there and it just kind of all meshes together.
Hey, Craig.
Love it.
I forgot the avocado. Oh, we can fix this real quick.
You can absolutely put it in now. I mean, I usually don't add it till the end anyway. That's funny.
All right, we're fixing it. Hold on.
Okay.
I'm putting mine back in.
All right.
All right, this is going back in. Craig's dicing up avocados. Guys, you got to bring yours back.
Well, I'm gonna have a bite of mine because
We'll add to yours. All right. This is kind of what happens in the restaurant world all the time. You start off, and then you're adjusting on the fly. All right.
Wait, it is.
So Craig's got avocado. He's scooping it over there. We're gonna bring it over here. This is life. There we go. I was thinking about this. All right. Ready? Okay, we're gonna.
Oh yeah. There we go.
I should have tasted it before. Now
I did.
You did?
Oh, that's good.
Oh, that's
I
good.
tend to taste mine. I tend to taste mine like every couple hours while it's marinating, and then again at the end, I'll usually adjust the seasonings at the end.
Little quality control.
Because you never know how spicy the chilies are going to be, or right.
True. All right. Now with the avocado.
There we go.
With the avocado. Here we go. Yay. All right.
That's fine.
That's awesome. This is how you know we don't rehearse.
That's right.
This is real. It's genuine. It's live. All right. Danielle.
Now you got the creaminess in there.
Thank you.
Excellent.
So, Paul, what are we thinking?
Oh yeah. Oh good.
Thank
Christina?
you.
Oh, it is fantastic. Thank you so much.
Danielle?
How's the spice?
It's just right.
Oh
She says
good.
it's just
Okay.
right. Greg?
Excellent.
Hold on, I haven't got mine yet.
Your turn.
He gets a big scoop.
He's been putting me to work. Feel like some paparazzi and stuff.
Paparazzi.
Paparazzi. Mm.
Really good. Well, see, the other nice thing about tasting it every couple hours too is that flavor profile changes
Oh
as the citrus continues to cook the fish. So
yeah, so much. Yeah.
really good.
I'm so glad you guys like it.
Well, I wanted this recipe to be from you because you had brought up the ceviche to begin with.
Right. And like I said, I told you, Sean, I'm like, like my mom, like a handful of this, a pinch of that, So I had to really break it down. So, but I think we hit it. What do you think?
I did taste at the beginning. I tasted about 2 hours.
Uh-huh.
And then I tasted about an hour ago. So I had it without the avocado.
Yeah.
And I will admit that I am very, very pleasantly surprised at how the avocado changes the experience.
It really does. It gives it a creaminess and it mellows it out also a little bit, cools it off a little bit. So even if the ceviche seems really spicy, once you add the avocado, you add that layer, it becomes less so.
All right. Awesome.
Okay. So are we going to make a Partida skinny margarita now?
Yes, we are.
All right.
Well, Craig's going to make the...
Oh, Craig's going to do it.
Yeah.
We'll follow along.
We're sharing the wealth over here.
I love it.
I want to keep eating this thing.
It's so good. I know.
All right.
I hang over Craig's shoulder. Stuff like that.
So first of all, I'm not very good at following recipes.
Okay.
So I know it called for 2 ounces of tequila, and I may have been heavy-handed.
Oh, that's even better if you're heavy-handed.
Right.
It gives it better flavor.
Always better for more than less, right?
Yes.
We got tequila, and then we got a little agave syrup.
Yeah.
We do Yeah.
About that much,
About that much.
more or less.
Do you have any lime juice or just the lime juice?
I can get lime juice. You can squish it a little bit in there.
Are you guys rimming your glass? Are you gonna rim your glass or no?
I always rim my glasses.
All right, me too. Well, not always, but today I do. Nice tahini rim on there.
Not always, but it sounded good. Now wait, what are you rimming it with tahini? Is that what I heard?
Yes.
Nice. Big fan.
Yeah, these days it's kind of, I go through phases, you know. Right now I'm in my tahini phase.
Good phase to have.
Can you tell us about tahini, please?
Ooh, gosh. Well, I know that I love it on my jicama and I love it on my cucumbers. You know, if you go to Mexico in the streets, it's something that they add to those things, and it's like a street food. Chili, salt, it's got all the really beautiful flavors of Mexico, I think, and it's right now it's my favorite thing to rim a glass with.
Yeah, and it's like you said, it's fantastic on even like a fruit salad. If you want to, you know, do something simple, fruit salad with a little tahini on. Oh,
yes, I love it.
Oh, mango simple syrup. I was trying to get passion fruit and I couldn't find any.
It's hard to find.
So we're gonna go. We're just doing tasters. Especially for me, since I get a fly out at 4 in the morning or 5 in the morning every time.
Christina and I will share a glass.
Mine's done.
You beat me.
Yeah, I'm kind of fast.
She's got skills and experience. Whoa.
So I take one to Danielle too.
Oh my God, that's good. Wow. It's hard to beat the original.
Okay. I hear Flame Boss kicking in. All right, Craig. Hello, buddy.
Cheers.
Salud.
Salud. Cheers. Oh,
Yeah, it's tasty.
Oh,
I love
so good.
the agave syrup.
Yeah.
So good.
It's
That's
it's the original skinny margarita. You know, we were actually the first tequila company to private label agave nectar. We weren't the first tequila company to think about doing it. You probably all know who Julio Bermejo is from Tommy's in San Francisco, kind of created that whole idea of a skinny margarita. So we decided when we got into the business that it would be a great idea to produce our own agave nectar for our customers who want to create the skinny margarita. And so we've been doing that for like 15 years now. And it's really, it makes a big difference when you're using a nice agave nectar, of course, and fresh lime juice and a premium tequila. It's all you need.
It's neat how it sweetens it without being sugary.
Yes. Yes.
I like that a lot. Let's see what everybody thinks, okay?
Let's see what they say.
What do you gotta say? Not one of your favorites, right? Paul? So
Danielle said I didn't put enough tequila in, and I doubled the rate. So I don't know what that says about Danielle, but
it's
that's right. Well,
it means she's a
that's the
school
reason
teacher
why.
and she needs it.
Medicinal purpose.
Awesome. Shall we graduate to the reposado?
Let's do it. Absolutely. So reposado actually means rested. So now it's indicating that the tequila is being rested in a barrel. The minimum age for a reposado is 2 months, and the maximum age of a reposado is 12 months. So it's pretty big window there in this category. In this particular category, you can use a barrel that's as large as a house. You can do quite a bit in this category. It's a very loose category, I would say, of all the different categories in tequila. So at Partida, what we're doing is we're taking that Blanco tequila, we are putting it in an American oak bourbon barrel for 6 months. So you can obviously see it goes from being a clear spirit to a nice golden hue. And all that is coming from the barrel. So this particular barrel that we get comes from Kentucky, and it is held bourbon with a high corn mash bill of 80%, not the minimum 53%. So it's a very sweet bourbon, and it really lends itself to our tequila with a little sweeter undertone. So these barrels come to us after one life cycle, which is 3 years. They have a medium char. We receive the barrels. We don't condition them, recondition them, scrape them. We basically just wash them out with hot water, and we put our Blanco tequila in that barrel for exactly 6 months to create the reposado. So we're going to go ahead and taste it just like we tasted the Blanco.
Okay.
You're going to notice here, I want you to keep the Blanco in your mind though, because all of the flavors that were in the Blanco are underneath tequila. So as you noticed, the color was that pretty golden hue. The texture, you're going to get the same tears. They're going to cry slowly. Beautiful texture on the nose. Don't forget to kind of hold those few breaths so you can study the aroma. The agave that was in the Blanco was a lot like a cooked yam. Now it's cooked yam with honey on top of it. Yes.
Question, Sophia?
Yes.
I tried to get this in on the Blanco. You had mentioned when you're inhaling to slightly part your lips.
Yes.
What's the value of that?
So you just don't want to close your mouth. You want the airway to be open. So I tell people to part their lips so they can just relax their mouth. Yeah. So on the aroma here, that agave, again, more like a cooked yam with honey sitting on top of it now. You're going to pick up the acidity isn't as intense now. It's backed off quite a bit. You're going to notice the layers. There's more layers of flavor now. So maybe in the Blanco, you were able to identify, it's 8 or 10. Here in the Reposado, maybe it's 15. The Añejo, maybe 20. So it just keeps building on top of the base. So here on the Reposado, you're going to pick all that up. So you're going to get that. For me, this is just being kissed by the wood. So 6 months, it's quite a long time in a very hot climate place like Mexico. It's going to pick up a lot in 6 months, but it's not as rich as the aged expressions of Añejo and Extra Añejo. It's right in the middle. So you're going to pick up some more of a grilled pineapple, tropical notes, again, sweeter honey notes coming through. Wood, definitely some wood tones happening here. Kind of an elevated aroma. And on the sip, do it the same way as we did the Blanco. You don't have to worry about preparing your palate anymore.
I feel like there's finally a little bit of vanilla and caramel starting to develop.
It does. It starts to develop now, and it just progresses the longer it's in the barrel. So those are definitely two aromas and flavors that start to really develop and then progress as you go through. Very, very slight baking spices are starting here, where in the Añejo, it's just very obvious baking spices, but they are beginning now. It's just a beautiful middle tequila. I just love our Reposado. Awarded 5 stars, our whole line by Pulp Occult, but actually Ultimate Spirits Challenge 98 points 2 years ago. So the Reposado always does so well in all the competitions, and it's just a beautiful middle tequila for us that we produce.
Hey, Sophia. So, I mean, totally unrelated question, but you know, the bottles are beautiful. The little charms on the top. What's the significance of that?
So we call this our spirit bird, and it's our mythological creature of how tequila was started in our area of Jalisco. And the story is that, you know, many moons ago, a Mayan woman was praying to the gods for prosperity for her village, and when she opened her eyes, she saw a bird, and it fluttered around her and led her to an agave plant. There was a hole in the agave plant, and pulque rising up from the hole, which she gathered, took it back to her village, and it lifted everybody's spirits. So we
Wow,
call it the spirit bird.
that's awesome.
Yeah.
Listen, I love those kind of stories. Yeah, very cool.
Excellent. So what did you think of the reposado?
It's beautiful. I
Yeah.
love it.
Delicious, easy drinking.
Yeah, I really like, as Sean said, when those you know, kind of the vanilla flavors, a little bit more richness kind of comes in on this one.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, very good.
And that's what wood does. It creates richness. So I know that so many people love their bourbons, love their whiskeys, but you know, I like taking those people and, you know, bringing them to our reposado or añejo, extra añejos, because it's really similar. Obviously, a different experience, but absolutely a elevated, beautiful experience of the aged expressions. It's just a lot of fun.
Well, you know, I think you bring up a great point. Is, you know, Sean and I are longtime barbecue guys. We love to
Yeah,
barbecue. I think, you know, in terms of, you know, liquors, you know, for barbecuers, I think, you know, the bourbons, right? Kind of that's
definitely.
what comes to
Yes,
mind. And I think for a lot of people, tequila might not, right? I mean, they think of tequila with Mexican food and tacos and
exactly.
margaritas, but it really, especially something like the reposado and Yeho, lends itself to a lot of those complementary flavors from barbecue as well.
100%. I think that how we paired up today, it works just perfectly with what you guys are doing.
So Craig makes a great point. So when we're thinking about the next food pairing with the reposado, we decided to go with something that started as just a little experiment at the house that we brought into the restaurant, and
Yeah.
it is a pork belly taco.
Oh, God, that sounds amazing.
I wish we could just transport you here.
I do too. I know. But I'll enjoy it visually. How about that?
So I'm really excited about this, and Sophia, I don't think I've mentioned this to you, but we've all talked about it. We want this event that we're doing right now to turn into Hoppy's Cantina's very first live special event. So we want
I
to do
love
that in the cantina, okay?
Okay.
All right, Craig, you want to grab the laptop and let's make some.
All right. Let's get these tacos.
All right, so that's it. That's what you got, Craig. All right. So here's the laptop. Here's a little camera. Go ahead,
That's
Sean.
right.
Make a pork belly taco.
Exactly.
We are taking a really nice corn tortilla that is not the sweet yellow corn, but a nice clean white corn tortilla. It means I don't have to double up the tortilla when I make a taco because it's not brittle. It remains flexible even when we're cooking it. So I'm going to take, I'll show you real quick. So this is a plancha by Artiflame that we're using on our big green egg. And what I'm going to do, the plancha, so this riser is where I cooked the pork belly. And now on the plancha, I'm going to cook these tortillas. Get them ready for us. But what we like to do at Hoppy's Cantina with the tortillas is to melt cheese on the tortilla itself. Can you hear the sizzle a little bit?
I can.
Just a little bit of the oil in the corn tortilla.
Can you smell it? It smells delicious.
I wish I could.
Smell-o-vision.
Television.
All right, so that's getting all melty and happy. I'm gonna close the lid. I've been using this Flame Boss controller to keep the temperature right where I want it. I got a little hot glove, and I put on just a regular glove to keep things clean. Now, what we're gonna do, I'm gonna take a little bit of this pork belly. Now, sometimes we do them as pork belly bites, and I like to square up the end, which, of course, that's good to eat. All right.
Don't lose a finger, that'd be embarrassing.
That would be embarrassing. So I'm just going to cut these into little ribbons here. Oh, this is delicious. It's steamy. It's smoky. It's a little sweet. Now, what I do with the pork belly that's a little bit different than a lot of places is I like to make sure that I cure it like bacon. So it ends up being like big, smoky, bacony. I call it porknography.
I like that.
Danielle is still here, and here's an interesting story. Danielle, like if I'm out here and I'm making, say, eggs Benedict, eggs hollandaise, something like that, and we put I don't know, bacon and or stick it in a Bloody Maria or a Bloody Mary, she will pick the fat off of the bacon. Fat. But then if I serve her this pork belly, she will eat the pork belly. She will tell you need to eat the pork belly while making quote fingers, calling it meat candy.
Meat candy, right.
Yes,
it is meat candy.
Now let's check on the tortillas here. Oh yeah, they are melted up. Oh, we are in good shape. So I'm going to take my glove off. Harvest these tortillas. Look at you. Nice and melty. And look how beautiful the tortilla still is. Oh, that's so good. So nice. All right. 5. One more. Okay. That's cool. All right, we'll close you up. Your temperature. Now, just the habit from the restaurant. I don't always do it at home, but just grabbing gloves all the time. All right, so we'll get pork belly into each of the shells. Oh boy. Sophia, I wish you could smell this.
Oh, it looks amazing. Wow.
I wish you could taste it.
Me too.
Me too. So good. All right, now, once we get the amount of the pork belly in the taco that we want, then we also go to a little extra of the cold cheese. It ends up contributing, as it melts, a little bit of texture and consistency all the way through the taco. And now, got to grab one more thing. Made a little pico today. Just
all right. Oh, perfect. Gotta have pico.
Absolutely. Hey, Craig.
Yep.
I have some crema in the fridge. It's in a tall white police tube.
Okay.
So thank you.
I've been called.
See how he just knows to go get it? He's so good.
You got him well trained there.
Oh. Alrighty, so let's kind of move this around a wee bit. Let's bring the tacos in. All right, here we go. This is a crema that we make at Hoppy's Cantina. It's a lime crema. And
Really?
it got better when I figured out that I could put Mexican oregano in there.
Oh,
So
yum.
it's a little bit different than the Italian style.
So you melt it?
I'm sorry?
How do you make it? Do you melt it and or no, you just add the lime to the actual crema that they sell?
Oh no, we start with sour cream.
Okay.
Start
Okay.
with sour cream,
Uh-huh.
and 5 pounds, and I squish. Thanks. Paul likes to make me like bend over. I'm doing a freaking limbo over here.
Yeah, I keep getting smaller and smaller.
now I got to jump to get in the picture.
Oh my gosh.
So it's 5 pounds of sour cream.
Okay.
2 cups vinegar, 6 wine.
Whoa. Oh, I can't hear you.
Did you hear me, Sophia?
Uh-uh.
No. Well, my mic is not muted, so maybe it'll come back.
Still.
No. Nothing.
Yeah, now I can. There you go.
All right, just got reset.
All right.
My hand was over the mic.
Oh, Paul was fisting the microphone, and then it was like a mute factor.
Okay.
So salt, Mexican oregano, those are the last 2 things, honestly.
Okay.
Here's where I try not to just completely inundate the taco with the crema.
Yeah.
All right. It's my first day on the job. All right. I think that looks pretty good. I'm pretty excited to try this.
Oh, those look amazing. Wow.
Alrighty.
Okay.
You gonna come get a taco?
They want you to serve it. Here we go. So good.
Alrighty. Craig's getting a head start on the cocktailing.
I can, yeah.
Want to try a little taco time?
Oh, sure.
All right. God.
There is nothing wrong with a little pork belly tacos.
Oh, no way. That's amazing.
Oh, look at it dripping. It's so much.
That's when you know it's good, is when it drips.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah. So, having Paul and Christina do this is particularly interesting as they own, operate Fat Cat Bistro also in town. And that's how we're like connect the dots. We're not trying to compete. So we want to share.
Yes. That's so nice. That's so nice.
I got to get Paul, Paul, how's the pork belly taco?
Hi.
Delicious.
Oh, I'm so glad. Well, that's good. It's, it's a friendly industry. We're all friends. We support each other. I mean, that's how it should be.
Taco
So
talk.
good, that pork.
Tacos are delicious, ladies. Oh, wonderful.
Try it, Sophia.
Oh, I want to.
So, Sophia, I don't know if this is a thing in Mexico.
Tell me.
I'm about to humiliate myself. Okay. Something I want to do is introduce to Amesbury and the world. And if anybody does this in Mexico, please let me know. I'm just not a group, okay?
Okay.
So one thing I hate is when you pick up the taco and you go to bite it and all the stuff falls out the back.
Yes.
So what I've invented or stolen inadvertently from somebody is what I call the taco tuck, right? Fold the end in on itself like that. So
Absolutely.
I got a beautiful little package, right? So
Of course.
none of the business is falling out the back of the taco, right?
You've
parts
invented an extremely important device there.
Hoppy's Cantina, home of the taco.
Extremely. You should trademark that.
I share.
Are you kidding? Us Mexicans, we can make anything. Like, that's our tortilla is our fork.
Yes.
We flip it, bop it, make it go every way. I mean, that's exactly what. So you see, the Mexicans coming out in you now.
Yeah, I love it. Can I taste this?
Yes.
All right. Guys, I'm going to taste this. Sophia, do you want to move on to the anejo?
I would love to. Yes.
We got
No, we have a cocktail.
Oh, that's true. Okay, we have the Reposada cocktail, and you are going to do yours with mango skin simple syrup.
Yes, did the mango syrup.
I've never heard of before, by the way. That sounds really different.
Well, that's how it happens here.
I'm doing mine with a passion fruit simple syrup that I made earlier. And I just want to show you how beautiful this color is because it's really one of my favorite things. And I'm sorry that you couldn't find any passion fruits.
I tried.
Look at that color. It's just spectacular. And the aroma is beautiful. Wow. Who's on cocktails?
It's me again.
Okay, cool. I would love to see a close-up of the simple syrup you're using. Just to see what it looks like.
It has hardened up a little bit.
Okay.
But that's where are we?
A little higher. Yeah.
That's the mango simple syrup. No. It's good. Actually, it works out okay because I just scoop it.
Okay.
Another cocktail that I did not try before serving. So I'm either brave or stupid. One of the two. Paul,
I'm not worried. Thank you.
Sean.
We'll go with brave.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. I was hoping, Sophia. I was hoping nobody here backed me up with the brave.
Mentioned it.
Thank you.
Somebody doesn't know him very
They're
well.
like,
I think four of them were thinking stupid, but I appreciate you being nice to me.
oh my gosh.
That's delicious.
Oh.
Oh, that's a beautiful thing right there.
Yummy. Mm.
The reposado.
Sean, I know you said that you couldn't find any edible flowers, and neither could I. But what I did use is I have a fuchsia plant, so I used a little fuchsia on top of a little bamboo skewer for my.
Hold on. I'll be right back.
He's like, I'm gonna go pull a flower out of my garden too.
Out of part two.
There we go.
All right, so while Sean's running in there, I think we would be amiss, and I know Sean was just talking about fat cats, but Paul, for those that may not be local checking this out, tell us a little bit about your restaurant.
I've been open almost 14 years here in Amesbury. Christina and I own it. Try to use as much local ingredients as we can. Everything's homemade. Desserts are homemade. Serve delicious beverages, full bar.
Ooh, what kind of food?
Modern American.
Okay.
So it could be a range of whatever you'd find in America.
Excellent.
Yeah.
A little New Orleans flair?
Yeah, it's got some New Orleans flavors.
Oh, how fun.
plenty of New England flavors. As we're in New England, we get live lobsters in 3-4 times a week. We're cooking them and cleaning them, and doing all the hard work.
Wonderful! Wow. And what are some of your favorite cocktails you serve there with tequila?
Oh, you might want to put Christina on the spot for this one.
Uh-oh.
All right, hold on.
What's that?
Hold on, we're coming over. We're talking about, yes, we're talking about tequila cocktails.
Yeah.
My favorite there. We do actually a mango margarita, which is a tequila, a little mango juice, a little bit of lime, and served up in a martini glass.
Oh, that sounds delicious.
It is nice. It's one of our more popular cocktails.
Do you use the small little Mexican mangoes or the larger one?
Actually a mango puree.
Okay, sure. Yeah.
Mango juice. Yes. Yeah. But that sounds even nicer.
Sounds delicious.
Yeah.
They don't do very well.
Yeah, mango doesn't grow well in New England, but so let me tell you, Fat Cats is a staple here on the North Shore. Yeah. Oh, sorry. Whoa.
My favorite drink there.
Yeah.
We have a jalapeno pineapple margarita.
Jalapeno
pineapple.
Done as a specialty cocktail.
Sounds delicious. I love that. That's one of my favorite cocktails too. The jalapeno and pineapple, right? Muddled and so delicious.
Yeah, and jalapeno spicy margarita is always so nice. It goes so well together.
Yeah, and then the spice and the sweet and then a little bit of salt. That all works really well together.
Very well. And I do love the backdrop you've got going on there. That looks like a location.
It's our first warm day yet, so I'm like, oh my gosh, I have to be outside. It's just gorgeous today.
Oh,
that is
very nice.
I'm coming to you from San Juan, California, in Southern California. So I'm right next to Dana Point and Laguna Beach and all of that. I'm over here, so we're starting to get the good weather finally.
Oh, that's good. Very nice.
All right. Okay, so we're going to move on to the añejo sip now.
Yes, please.
Okay, let's do it.
Oh, I got a flower.
Did you get a flower? Did you find one? Okay. Okay. No way did that come from your backyard.
No, I found them we have a restaurant depot out here, and I couldn't find edible flowers at a bunch of places, but I had to do a restaurant depot run for the cantina, and they had
that's
these.
Perfect.
Beautiful.
An orchid is perfect.
Yes.
All right, so we are moving on to the Anejo, Partida Anejo Tequila. As you can see, very, very big graduation of color because our Añejo Partida has been aged 1 year longer than our Reposado. So where the Reposado was 6 months in the bourbon barrel, the Añejo is 18 months in the bourbon barrel. So you're going to really pick up quite a bit more of the influence being in the barrel for so much longer. We're going to see here on the color, it's a topaz tone now. The texture still has those amazing legs. Coming down very slowly, rather not legs, but tears. They call them legs in wine, tears in tequila. So on the nose here, a lot more going on. So I described the Blanco earlier as being naked. Well, the Añejo is very dressed up. So now we have all those underlying Blanco aromas and Reposado aromas at the bottom. And what's on top is a lot of these baking spices that we talked about that were just beginning to form in the Reposado are full-fledged in your face now. So you're getting, you're going to be picking up, some vanilla, some nuts and seeds, ripe bananas, chocolate, coffee, all of these really rich flavors start to develop. Again,
now, she's frozen. Sophia, we're frozen. Did we remove her and have her try to log back in? Is that the way to do it?
Yes.
Yes.
That's what my students do.
All right, Sophia, we can't hear you, so I'm gonna have to remove you from the room, and then you can log back in. But in the meantime, what we'll do is we'll continue on the meal part of this. Okay. I tried to bring her back in. She's gonna have to log back in, Liam, if you need to talk to her. But that's what we're gonna do. All right. So, Craig, want to hold this for a minute?
Yes.
All right. Let's make a little room. So we're gonna go ahead. I absolutely want to hear. Oh, she's back. She's back.
All right, I got interrupted there for some reason. Okay, we were right in the middle of the añejo tasting. Okay, so again, on the aroma, we're going to be picking up those rich baking spices, coffee, vanilla, ripe bananas, ginger root, a little bit of ginger beer, kind of aromas happening at the bottom. So on the sip, take it as we have been doing this whole time, nice and slow. You might identify the flavors and aromas in a shorter amount of time now because there's so much going on and it's so rich. Salud.
Salud.
So, Sophia, difference between this one and the last one is really just an extra year of aging in the same barrels, and that's where that extra flavor comes from.
Exactly. That's
Excellent.
right. Yeah. And you'll notice that it's a little drier because of the tannins. So it feels drier in your mouth than the others that we've tried. So it's definitely, you know, that aging has definitely is showing in our mouths and the way the tequila feels, in all of the flavors and all of the aromas. So the aging does it can be very extreme. But the thing about aging in Mexico in such a warm climate is you can't cross that line of losing the agave, of losing the nose, of losing the flavor of the agave. And so many tequilas do when they're aged for so long. Many of the extra añejos that I've tried in my past they taste like maple syrup after a time. You know, they're left with no personality whatsoever. So as a master distiller, you really don't want to cross that line of being so aged that there's nothing left. There's no agave, there's no experience. You want to have the aging balanced with the spirit that it's supposed to be, right? Mexico, tequila it's a spirited tequila. It's a spirited spirit. So you don't want to lose that. So our master distiller is always really paying attention to that one during the aging process.
You know, it's funny, the difference between the Blanco and the Reposado. So we're basically talking a year in the barrel, or less than a year in the barrel, right?
Yeah.
And now we're getting a full.
Yeah.
Is it a year and 6 months or?
Yeah, it's 18 months for 18 the months. Añejo. Mm-hmm.
And that's a remarkable difference, right?
It is, yeah. And, you know, typically añejos, you know, they're right up to a year. So we've extended our aging by 6 extra months because we feel like, you know, those particular barrels lend themselves a little slower. They're not so intense. If we were using brand new wood, it would be much more influenced much more in a more heavy way. And because our wood is, you know, basically recycled barrel, it's slower and it gives it's a more delicate aging.
Now, is it pretty common practice in the tequila industry to use those recycled barrels?
Other distillers do use it. Others are so big that they can't afford to do it because they make such massive amounts that actually have to make their own barrels. So you're going to get a lot of the larger brands doing new barrels and a lot of the more artisanal brands and smaller brands, you know, doing different things with their barrels where, you know, they might be using something like we're using, you know, bourbon barrels, or, you know, I've heard of so many different varieties of barrels and how they influence the tequila. It's such a big influence in what we're doing. So wood definitely is one of the big factors in the aromas and the flavors at the end.
I love it. It's awesome. So should we cook a little something?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Cook.
Oh, need a little help, fellas, here with the camera.
I'm gonna have a camera crew.
Well, Craig's relaxing, so. All right, we are going to make this is hanger steak that I hand trimmed and did a wet rub with mesquite. That's very fragrant.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's got a lot going on. So we've been running the Mini Max here at about 600 degrees.
Wow.
Yeah. We're going to get a little sexy sizzle going here.
Yeah.
I'm excited about this. We're going to do more corn tortillas, so I'll put those on the plancha, but I want to get the steak started because we got a little bit of cooking here. Oh, that's hot. Oh, look at my glove. Come right up close, Paul. Ready?
Oh, that's a good sizzle.
That's a sexy sizzle right there. So,
yes, it is.
ooh, nice little piece there.
You sure use that egg all the time, huh?
Oh, I love this thing. I love it so much.
You do? Oh my God, I don't know if I can fit one more apparatus in my backyard, but the way you making me want to get one of those things.
Well, you are set up pretty good, Sophia.
How many do you have? Like 5?
So,
So many.
Danielle says it's a sore subject.
Uh-oh, sorry, Danielle, I know.
This Mini Max is cranking away.
I like the Mini Max.
We've been using the extra large big green egg with the Art of Flame insert. Came across this big fella. This one.
Wow.
It's beautiful. It's a work of art.
I was going to say, it is a work of art. Wow.
It is. And so I recently gave away to a friend one of my big green eggs, which reduces my collection to 6.
Just different sizes for different situations that you want to do. I mean,
not all eggs. Like I have an Acorn Junior, which we take on the road when we go to tailgate, and I'm not worried about it getting stolen. With the Mini Max, I'm not worried about it getting stolen. I got to get some tortillas here.
Wow.
Put them underneath. Just gonna cook these a little bit. This time we're not gonna put cheese on them. We're gonna do more of a traditional street taco version of this with the lime and the onion and the cilantro. Sound good?
Yes.
All right, let's toast these tortillas. Toast isn't really the right word. Okay. That's cooking. Let's check on our... Yeah, that's looking good. All right, so pardon me. I'm going to go inside because I have to get... I don't want to forget anything on this round. And maybe I will. Who knows? All right, so we're going to get onion out of the fridge. And I already had the lime out there. Craig, I think I'm actually going to be okay on this one.
We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see.
He doesn't have much confidence.
No.
Well, we do this. So sometimes things happen.
Hey, that's what you said. When it's live, it's live. What are you going to do?
It's live. All right. Now we're heading back out to the great big deck. All right. Onions down. We're going to move the pork belly out of the way. Bear with me. Yes, exactly. Thank you, sir. Okay, so another setup for the tacos. Definitely going to need a cutting board for the hanger steak. that up real quick. Take the pork belly off the blade. Very nice.
Nice, nice.
All right. Let's see about getting a flip on a hanger steak and see where we're at there. Okay. Oh, you know what? Our coals are dying. I had this going too long. That's all right. We'll make a taco out of the little one and we'll cook the rest of it.
Off the edges.
All right. See how our tortillas are doing? And then a little turn. Move that around so we can cook the little piece. At least get a taco out of that bad boy. Now, while that's cooking, Craig is starting to get prepared for the Anejo cocktail.
Yes. We're doing a little fig muddling.
Okay, fun. Me too.
There were only 6 figs that were hurt in this muddling, so
Okay.
Go figure.
we might have to put an explicit warning on this, but you got to get those figs muddled.
Muddling.
So I love this idea. I'm a big old fashioned guy.
Yeah,
Never thought of using figs.
I know. It's fun. If you can find them, it's fun. I didn't realize that they were hard to find in California right now. So I actually got some dried figs, but they're not so dry. They still have a little bit of like juicy.
Yeah, we were able to get the same arrangement out of California, by the way.
That's what you said. You got California figs, and I couldn't find any, and I live in California. How's that possible?
It's not my fault, though.
Oh, come on.
We're gonna throw some ice in the shaker. We got our figs muddled. We got
A bar spoon of maple syrup.
Oh, I had a great idea. Paul, take this. Oh, what's wrong with me?
Uh-oh. Here it comes.
All right. Why did you do this? Oh my God. All right, so,
Thanks so much.
here, check this out. Ready?
Fritos on the plancha, baby.
That's right. That'll cook for sure.
Well, can I just add that we got a beautiful full moon tonight too?
Oh, it is, huh? Yeah.
Yeah.
Where?
But yeah.
Oh, coming up by the trees. Oh, that's gorgeous. Oh, that's gorgeous.
Look at that. Look at that big pulp.
Mm.
Yeah.
All right. Deliver. Paul, you want to take some of these?
Little Anejo, big, old fashioned.
Salud. Ooh, I like that ice ball in there. That's a great idea.
We ain't
Perfect.
fooling around, Sophia.
Yeah, that's the way to do it. 100%.
Cheers. Cheers. Cheers.
Salud.
Thank you.
Oh boy.
Oh yeah. Love that.
That's delicious.
I don't know if Sophia, could you hear Christina?
That is beautiful.
Oh yeah, I'm glad you liked it.
Oh.
Craig, do you
That
need
that
another
that may be
job?
going on the Fat Cat specialty
I
special
love
board.
it. I love it.
Sort of do.
Looks like some Partita is going to be purchased in Amesbury.
Okay, I'm so happy to hear it.
Already on order.
Yes.
Great, come bartend for us.
All right, that's awesome. So I'm going to put my cocktail down.
Okay.
I'm going to try to keep track of it a little bit. Put it by my phone. So I'm going to make this last taco, right?
Yep, that's what you're doing.
Could you?
I don't
All right, so-
Now again, what are we doing? The
the hanger steak taco.
hanger steak taco. Started on the big green egg, finished on the big one on the Art of Flame plancha.
Yes, sir.
Get a little bit of extra crust on it. Nothing wrong with that at all.
Crusty fun. All right, let's take the tortillas. So even though they've been on there, look at the. Well, I don't know if you can see the color of the grill marks.
Oh yeah. Oh, love
Nice.
grill marks on a tortilla.
So that we can do that taco tuck that we need.
Yes, your taco tuck.
Taco tucks. We'll get
Taco
the
tuck. The TT. The TT.
T-Tay.
We call Sean now the Mother Tucker.
Good. I think we're gonna get in the cookie pretty soon, guys. That's
So
great.
that definitely worked.
Mm.
I bet that's going to be good too.
Oh, it smells
So, yeah.
fantastic.
Do you prefer your steak rare, medium rare? What do you think?
I'm a medium.
Okay.
Yeah.
We won't
Usually
hold that
about
against
medium.
you.
Yeah,
All right.
and I'm married to a man who likes everything well done, so I'm always having to really, watch everything.
Don't worry, I'll edit that out in post. Okay.
I've had to teach him, okay, this is what it feels like when it's, well done. This is when it's rock hard, that means no, not for me. Yeah.
Holy.
On the bright side, he is very handsome.
He is that, no.
Paul, who is not
He
only
doesn't
the
watch
owner of Fat Cats but also the head chef, just actually dove off of the deck when he heard that. So,
Oh, sorry.
Paul, come on back! Come on back!
Hopefully there was a body of water underneath it. Terrible. Oh God.
All right. Well, we actually have
Oh,
cooked
it's
this.
dark there. Look at you guys in the darkness over there.
Yeah, that's money.
Look at
Good
this.
light though. That's money.
That is money right there. I just want to. In order to make sure that this is a suitable taco for my guests, I should probably taste this.
Yes.
Oh God, of course.
It's so freaking good.
Oh.
It's so
You're your best customer, Sean.
good.
That's what I say about myself too.
But so you can say this to all your tequila friends. I only give you what I love.
Of course, yes.
Oh boy.
So, Sophia, I'm going to go back again to folks that may be either watching or may watch the replay of this, and that maybe again aren't super in tune with tequilas and great tequila. So, if they want to go out, they want to get a bottle of really good tequila, not to throw in their margaritas, but a good sipping tequila out of your line. Where should they start?
Well, I would say two things. If they're not tequila people per se, that they're just like kind of starting to tinker around in the category a little bit, I usually start people off with our añejo.
Okay.
Especially again if they're brown spirit drinkers. A lot of times I'll just ask people what they prefer. Are you clear spirit? Do you like vodka? Do you like bourbon? And that's usually kind of the path I would take. But if they're novice, I think that the añejo is a lovely place to start because it's so rich and so easy, and it's an easy favorite. And then I like to work my way backwards to the Blanco. If they are tequila people, the Reposado will knock their socks off. I mean, the Reposado is truly outstanding. This is a really nice place to start because it's that middle ground. But of course, you know, I am all about agave, and for me, the Blanco that Partida produces is outstanding. So I think I always start with a Blanco no matter what. But I always usually gauge people by what they already enjoy and then match it.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
And now, besides the three that we've kind of keyed in on today, you guys have some other offerings, correct?
Boy, we sure do. We have 8 tequilas now, so it's a lot. You know, this is what we would call our core line. Although Elegante is not here, I told you I'd run and grab it in a minute. But so this is our core range. So we have the Blanco, the Reposado, the Añejo, the Extra Añejo. We also just launched a Cristalino Añejo about 4 months ago. So this is our newest offering. I'm not sure if you know about Cristalinos. It's not an official category in Mexico, but basically a Cristalino is just an aged tequila that has gone through a filtration process to remove color. And you know, you can't remove color without removing some other things like aroma, flavor, and mouthfeel. So you can over filter a Cristalino and it can almost taste like nothing. Or you can do what our master distiller Jose Valdez does, which is add the minimum amount of activated charcoal to create a loss of color while retaining as much of the aroma and the flavor as possible. So when we got into this idea of Cristalinos, we tried every Cristalino we could get our hands on and really weren't crazy about any of them because they tasted artificial, too light, no personality. So when Jose decided, because we make 2 now, we make our Partida Añejo Cristalino and we make a Roble Fino Cristalino, which is our luxury tequila line. And that's a Reposado, and this is an Añejo. So he really perfected the art of creating this colorless tequila that still retains the flavor of the aging. It's really remarkable. So are we going to do this next?
Well, no, we're going to finish the taco.
Okay.
I would say that I purchased and tasted the Cristalino, which I said to you, he's done a really good job because a lot of times they taste like nothing, and I don't like that. I like the character of the agave and the process.
Yes, 100%. Yes, let's taste the taco.
All right, so we're going to finish the last taco, the hanger steak taco.
Ooh, those look good.
Right? And now we're just going to hit it with a little bit of fresh onion. A little sweet onion right there. And then we're going to just rip off a little cilantro, throw some cilantro at it. That'll be nice. Take the leaves. Right? That's cool. And then the very last part, lime.
I gotta have that acidity, right? At the end. My favorite.
Now we're gonna serve this. We'll see if they probably don't remember the taco.
We'll see if they reject it or not.
Right. We'll see what happens.
Doubt it.
Oh, yes.
Hanger steak street taco.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of losing out of light. Can you see us, Sophia?
It's a little dark.
That's very dark.
I can see that. Yes. Ooh. I forgot I told you guys to do it in the backyard. It's like dark. It's like dark out.
Well, you got to understand that this is New England. So
I know.
The last 2 days, it was like 90 degrees. And today we got a high of about 65. So
what a change.
Yeah. But it's fabulous.
That works?
Delish.
Thank you. We good?
Yes, very good.
So I'm gonna brighten up the light. Oh no, it's delicious, but I'm gonna brighten the light out here
Okay.
for us.
Awesome. So there we go. Oh, we lost Sophia.
I'm
Oh,
here. Oh,
oh,
can you
there
see
you
me
are.
now? Okay,
I'm
here.
So Paul,
I'm on my own
who
here.
has some kitchen skills, taking
I was
care of
told I had to
building
make
his
my
own
own.
taco.
He's
As if
capable.
Sean stole my signature taco tuck move.
Oh, you did that before? All right. Taco Test Live.
Yum.
It's awesome.
All right.
Ooh.
There we go. Sophia, thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. Everything looks amazing. What a nice event.
It's fun. I did want to reiterate that we want to do this in the restaurant, this whole thing live as a ticketed event. Liam, let's have a conversation, okay?
I love the idea.
All right. Sophia, thank you, thank you, thank you.
My pleasure.
Salud.
Thank you guys for having me. Thank you for your support of Partida.
Absolutely. We will be in touch.
Okay, take care.
Thank you, guys.